And welcome to good news. So, thanks, fella. What's been happening? Over in America, some groundbreaking advice for dieters.
Never eat a cupcake as big as your head.
Back in England, Kay Burley saw a penis for the first time.
How does it work? Can I have a play with it?
Of course you can.
OK. Why have you got one and I haven't?
And Eamon Holmes described the one luxury he'd take on a desert island.
Premier League footballer who's got a massive erection.
So, how British is this? The big story of the week is the weather.
It's been another night of snow.
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 Snow. Snow. Snow.
Snow.
Snow.
Snow.
The worst November snow seen in Britain for 17 years.
I love it when it snows. The entire country becomes like a carry-on film. I had 8 inches in my driveway. My back passage was soaking. Oh, do you know who I feel sorry for? The reporters. They've left this woman in snow since last Friday.
Then the snow was up to my knees. Today, it's well above.
I can't feel my feet. It could be worse. Look what American reporters have to put up with.
Another dangerous game kids play is to tunnel in snowbanks near the road. A few years ago, one boy actually...
Look at you lot applauding, yeah! I'll tell you what, though, if you think she chose a bad spot, check this guy out.
All right, so I've got my trusty stopwatch, and here they come down the hill. It looks like Ruben is in the lead, and here comes Al.
Mind you, talking of sledging, I had a terrible incident earlier this year, right? I went sledging. It's already fairly weird. I'm 30. Most of them are 8. I crashed in front of a load of kids. Could it get worse? Yes. Some Haribo fell out of my pocket. The only way I could have looked more of a pedo would have been if I was next to an ice cream van dressed as a puppy. Do you know what else is great? How calm our weathermen are.
You know, you're out and about for the day, it will certainly be the scarf and the mittens, and more than likely the old snow shovel into a few spots as well.
In America, not so calm.
That's only one problem. Problem number 2, 14 to 22 inches of snow! London down Saturday afternoon. Tertiary problem? Yeah, I've been reading the dictionary. Blowing and drifting! Oh, 3, 4, 5 feet drifts! So you shovel, drifts back over, shovel, drifts, shovel.
Aside from the weather, the other big news is, of course, this.
The publication of confidential US diplomatic cables by the website Wikileaks has been criticised by several governments, including Britain, America and Pakistan.
Does anyone else think that Wikileaks sounds like an STD you'd get from Hogwarts? You're right, Ron? No, I've got Wikileaks. Testicular reparator. Of all the Wikileaks, this one really caught my eye.
Some of the leaks are less serious, but still uncomfortable. There are suggestions of inappropriate behaviour by a member of Britain's royal family.
Philip, they're on to us! Get my stash. Big Mama's got to blow the nest.
So, who was inappropriate? My money was on this guy. Inappropriate behaviour is my middle name. Leave me alone with a swan, I'll give him a Hitler moustache. It's what I do. But amazingly, it wasn't Philip, it was Prince Andrew. And everyone around the country went, I couldn't give a fuck. It's snowing outside. I'm going to make a snowman with a big, icy wang. So, next up, the student protests rumble on.
Good evening. Thousands of students have taken to the streets once again to protest against the planned increase in university tuition fees.
For me, the funniest part of the whole riot was this photo. Look at him. He's hardly a struggling student. He's wearing a wax jacket. He looks like he's on his way to a pheasant shoot. Look at this headline. He was meant to be at a job interview. Cut him, get him. Job interview went quite well, Mum. Did it really? You're in the sun flipping the bird! Bizarrely, he wasn't the thickest person at the march. One student tried to write graffiti with a spoon.
Today's ugly scene.
I'm guessing she doesn't go to Oxford. This priest stole from his church to fund his unusual habit.
According to court documents, Father Keith LeBlanc was stealing money from the church to fund a very expensive pornography habit.
Brings a whole new meaning to the phrase Palm Sunday. I bet he was praying like that. I'd love to have seen his sermons. You imagine that? Jesus was whipped, stripped, and nailed to a cross. Back in a minute. So, how much did he spend on porn? A couple of $100?
He racked up 25 grand on one credit card.
25 grand? I bet his penis looked like this.
Please, Master, leave me alone!
So, what's happening to him now?
Right now, Father LeBlanc is at a treatment center under the care of the Archdiocese.
A treatment center to stop you touching yourself? Do you reckon they just play this on repeat?
Did you hear that?
Well, you got to question how I found that. So my Google was like, are you sure? Yes, Google, go on.
I don't want to.
So what, you know it's a bad sign when your laptop goes, yeah. My final crime story is this belter from Michigan.
No charges have been filed against a police officer who admits to confiscating marijuana from suspects and then baking it in brownies.
Now, if you think a rogue policeman making hash cakes is funny, you should listen to his 911 call.
I think I'm having an overdose at the store with my wife.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana. I don't know if they had something in it. Can you please send rescue?
Did you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
How much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead. Time is going by really slow.
Really slow. Mind you, there are worse occasions for time to be slow. Now, did you hear this fantastic story?
3 teenage boys have returned home after being found alive after spending 50 days adrift in the South Pacific.
They were away for 50 days. Poor sods. They've missed most of my series. Did you see what they survived on?
The boys, who were long presumed dead, managed to stay alive on rainwater, a couple of coconuts and a single raw seagull.
How handy's that? The exact ingredients that go into a pot noodle. They must have got pretty close on the boat. How awkward would it be if one of them went, listen, lads, we're not going to make it. I don't want to die a virgin. Come on, who's going to know? It's not like a boat's going to turn up. It's one of my jokes. I mean, I've never bloody... Please don't tell anyone. Back in Blighty, check out this freaky story. Boy 6 and girl 5 married in church to help primary school pupils learn to write. What do they do for maths? Take them dogging? Right, kids, let's show you how 2 goes into 1. Can you imagine the ceremony? Does anyone know of any reason why these 2 should not be legally married? They're 5? The best bit would be the moment they kiss. An entire church full of kids going, "Ugh, you kissed a girl. What a gaylord." So, was it just a wedding? Oh, no. They even had stag and hen pies. They had a stag do. Did you go to Vegas? No, we built a den. A 5-year-old stag do. I'd love to see that.
I'm really not sure about this. This feels really wrong.
Listen, love, we got the money. Now do the dance.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
That is what I'm talking about. Mind you, if you think a toddler wedding is peculiar, have a look at the latest beauty pageant news from America.
More and more boys are capturing the crowns at beauty pageants all across the country. In fact, the percentage of boys participating has doubled in just the last 5 years.
They're pageant boys competing for crowns in a girl's world.
I'm gonna win this treasure.
Well, I'm gonna be sick. I'm sorry, I just find this wrong.
You get to win a bunch of trophies and crowns.
Mind you, good-looking kid must get that from his mum.
I honestly never thought we would be doing pageants with myself.
Ah! She looks like a scrotum with a Scotch egg for a hat! Look what she's making her child do!
Anything that pampers Xander, he likes.
He showed off his beauty regimen that includes manicures and makeup.
Why don't you just gift wrap him for the bullies? At that age, you should be collecting football stickers, not getting a back sack and crack. Look how terrifying this lady is.
When I see little girls, I always think I could turn my little boys into girls. These are my girls that I never had.
These are my girls I never had. These are my girls I...
Imagine if that was your mum.
Come on, Ross, put on your dress. Tuck your willy between your legs for Mummy. What's your name? Russell. What's your name? Russell. What's your name?
Rebecca. Leave me alone, Mum. It's a disgusting world. Look how young they start them.
Some boys take the stage mere days after being born.
I think Kevin did really well. He was awake and wasn't crying.
He's a baby! A baby beauty pageant. Christ, can you imagine what they make them do? So, did you see Cameron's latest big idea?
The Prime Minister has launched a £2 million national consultation on how to measure the nation's happiness.
The government are going to see how happy we are. Classic Cameron. Student riots, recession, it's freezing. And he's going, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Come on, guys! I didn't want you to actually do it. How lovely was that? What does that mean? No, sorry. It's ridiculous. He's going to spend £2 million on a survey to see what makes us happy. I'll tell you what makes us happy. Give us the £2 million. Let's spend it on something we'd all watch. We could put a Lady Gaga meat dress on Jeremy Cole and lock the prick in a zoo. When we fill in the questionnaire, I say we wind Cameron up. He'll be there, so, what would make them happy? Well, it says here, Prime Minister, they want to replace you with this guy. Let's do it, man. You can't measure happiness. It's different for everyone. Sometimes it can be something as simple as the right bit of music. It's different for every person. For me, happiness is a cat, a tortoise, and some sellotape. If you want to be happy, right, here's a tip. Spend some time with my brother. He doesn't care. The other day, right, we're in Waterstones, he picked up a copy of Twilight and in front of about 6 teenage girls started reading out loud, Edward Cullen had never been so hungry for blood. Bella was on her period. And you're there going... From nowhere, that's happened. Suddenly, we're running away from a bookshop, giggling like monkeys. Now, if you're upset with your local council, you've got nothing on this village.
This is the sleepy village of Sampruenx, near the Pyrenees mountain range. Its 300 residents have been getting on with life pretty much as usual until lately. That was until their mayor took the rather radical step of banning any of his residents from dying.
He banned them from dying. How mad is it? He's like Mayor West from Family Guy. Imagine him walking around the village. I have banned death. Hedgehogs must only wear bikinis, and bread must now be called whitey slicey. Put it in your mouthy. Look at him. Have you ever seen anyone this French?
I've issued a decree in the village that you can't die here, and if you do, you will be severely sanctioned.
Severely sanctioned? There must be people operating dead relatives like puppets. He's coming! Put your hand up Nan's arse! Hello? Nobody dead here? Would you like a cup of tea? It makes you think, though, a village where you're not allowed to die. Do you reckon that's where the BBC keep this guy between series? Now, staying in France, did you hear the fuss about the new Renault car?
French automaker Renault has decided to name its new electric car Zoe, much to the chagrin of about 35,000 people in France who share that same name.
But why are people upset about a car called Zoe?
Cedric Renault worries his daughter Zoe will be mocked.
Les moqueries, c'est tout simple.
He says Zoe could hear comments like, "How are her airbags?"
She will now. Now you've gone on telly and given everyone the idea. Why the fuss? It's just a name. Nobody accuses David Dickens' son of having an affair with his child. I liked it. Talking of weird motoring stories, look at this.
A Central Florida car dealer is causing quite a stir with his latest sales pitch. Buy a truck, get a free AK-47.
A truck and a free gun. It's like a sex offender starter kit. What are they going to do next? Free gaffer tape and bin bags? It's ridiculous. Has anyone else noticed the fatal flaw in this promotion, right? Here's your truck, here's your gun, that'll be $10,000. Guess again, dickhead. And finally, have you heard the latest scientific breakthrough?
A very well-respected university says psychic abilities are no laughing matter. New research from Cornell University with some very serious findings that suggest humans may actually have the ability to predict events before they happen.
Humans have psychic powers. Mind you, not everyone has mastered it.
All right, a psychic drawing of Brian. So, you know, and I don't even know what's going to come out of this pen. This is how psychic it is. I don't even know what the pen's doing. I gotta take a peek. Oh, God!
To be honest, she was thinking of Justin Bieber. Now, this study reckons that if you concentrate hard enough, you can read someone's mind. Well, let's give it a try. Let's see if we can do this. Right. How about you, sir, there, with the jacket? Right, let's see if I can read your mind.
I'm having a lovely evening.
There you go. Pretty good. How about the bloke next to you with the rainbow top? There, here we go. Let's see if I can read your mind.
It's so cold outside.
It is, that's a fair point. Madam on the end, let's do you. Here we are. With a little top, let's see what's in your head.
I eat babies. Nom, 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 nom.
Let's give you another go. Here we go. See, might be my hand. Might be my hand.
If I had a penis, I'd call it Derek.
Sick bitch. Now, this is the part of the show I genuinely don't know anything about. There's going to be a mystery guest who's been in the news, and I have to figure out who that person is. So, please welcome my mystery guest. I'm Russell, how are you?
I'm Tanis.
Tanis, that's a great name. I've not heard that before. So I've got to guess what you do. Is it something to do with cheese?
It might be.
OK. Do you make cheese?
You're going to have to try a bit harder. Think of something really big.
So it's something to do with cheese. It's big. Have you made the biggest block of cheese in England?
You've nearly got it.
OK. Was it in a different country?
No, it was in this country, but can I tell you what it is?
No, I want to... No, look at him. No, we like to see him suffer. Yay. I'm happy.
But you were nearly there before.
I was nearly there. So it's the biggest cheese. It's the... what are you doing? It's cheese you turn into a motorbike. So you put... You made the biggest cheese sandwich? Oh, hang on, don't help me. Pizza.
No.
Stop it! It's big. I know it gives you nightmares, but this is ridiculous. Is it? Wait, hang on. Have you made a cheese sculpture?
Oh, yeah!
Somebody got it. Wow.
Basically, I made the largest cheese sculpture that's ever been made out of cheddar.
What did you make? What was the statue?
Basically, the Guinness Book of Records largest cheese for the Bath and West show.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, me and my big cheese.
There you go. It's lovely.
It was 600 kilos, arrived at my house. And I was told, right, you've now got to carve a crown, you know, made out of cheese, and that's what I did.
You make it sound like you didn't plan it, like somebody rocked up, here's the cheese, make me a crown.
It was, not being funny, it was kind of like that.
Really?
Because my husband is basically the cheese man of Wookie Hole.
Have you done anything like this before?
The main thing that I actually do is I make cheese wedding cakes. And so people come to me and they want...
amazing.
Yeah, they want to make cheese wedding cakes. And I also make cheese wedding cakes which are then covered in chocolate. Don't worry, you would love it, I promise you. It looks fab. It looks like a big chocolate cake. And then I put cheese chocolates all around it. And the cheese chocolates, I think you might have a chance to actually try some in a minute. Here she comes, my personal assistant. Now. Well...
Hang on a minute. Am I on drugs? What is happening?
No, you're not.
We all saw a mouse. Quite a sexy mouse.
It was a sexy mouse. I haven't tasted the chocolates,
Okay.
and there's a white one, is there? But basically, how these cheese chocolates arose was my son... Tastes good? Really? He's eating it all, mind, isn't he? He's doing
I'll tell
really
you,
well.
wouldn't it be terrible if it was riddled with Rohypnol? And I'm like that. No. You just dragging me off.
You just put your head in the cheese.
and the rabbit becomes apparent, just comes out.
But have you actually tried this?
I don't like the look of that, because that looks like something that Blobby... that's what Noel Edmonds did to Blobby. I'm doing Deal or No Deal. Die!
Maybe that's the next one. We've got to make a Blobby out of cheese.
Make a Blobby, yeah. Where do you reckon Blobby is now? But he's
probably frozen somewhere.
He's on crack in Morecambe.
Getting back to Wookie Hole Caves, Can you imagine? I'm there because one of the reasons I started doing this was because I was having to clean the caves. Rather than... And I wanted to get out and do something different.
You're so wonderful. Like, everything starts with something mad at the beginning. I had to do that because I was cleaning caves.
Yeah,
surely that's a tricky job in that they're caves. Well, I've never gone around a cave like this place is a shithole. Somebody cleaned it, Cleaning stalactites. How weird
Well, and all the cheese has to be turned.
For where? Where's the cheese?
The cheese is in Wookie Hole Caves.
The cheese is in the cave?
That's stored in the caves.
Who stores it that?
My husband.
Put it in the fridge.
Yeah, no, you don't need to keep it in the fridge because it's nice and cold and the Wookie Hole cheddar picks up the flavours of the cheese in the cave. It does.
My girlfriend would never believe me if I went, I'm just off to put the... In fact, saying that I'm off to put the cheese in a cave sounds like a tremendous euphemism, doesn't it? But I like you. I love people like you. That is wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my mystery guest. Now, sometimes the world can get you down, and a story comes along that just cheers you up.
Heathrow Airport officials have apologised to X Factor stars Jedward after complaints about members of security staff allegedly mocking and victimising the pair at Heathrow Airport. John and Edward claim staff carried out extra security screenings for their own amusement.
I love that, for their own amusement. Can you say rubber glove? Imagine the joy the security guards felt when they saw Jedward. You do a job where you're allowed to put your finger up someone's arse, and two of the most annoying people ever turn up. I bet it was like that. Right then, lads, let's see if twins really do feel each other's pain. Apparently, while they're up there, they found this guy's wristwatch. Now, talking of the X Factor, thanks very much. Now, talking of the X Factor, what about this for a story?
X Factor star Katie Wasel's grandmother has been exposed as an escort who sells sex to her clients.
Bloody hell! My nan just makes cakes. I'll tell you what, her nan wasn't shy about her conquests.
I've had a tube driver, I've had a taxi driver, I've even had a tax inspector.
Bloody hell, tube driver? Why would a tube driver shag a granny? Surely you've had enough of large, scary tunnels. Every time you go through one, you get a flashback. Imagine shagging a granny. You're going to take those wrinkly tights off? I already have. Oh! gutted that Katie's been voted off. She should use her nan for revenge. Lock her in a room with One Direction. They won't be so jolly by the time she's finished with them. What's that? Can't buy me love. So cold. So cold. Poor Katie. Mind you, it's a good job it wasn't Wagner's nan. Now, millions of vulnerable children throughout the world live on the streets. Street Child World Cup aims to offer these forgotten kids a better life through their shared love of football.
The guys with the yellow T-shirt are the youth that will be playing the Street Child World Cup, the under-16 guys, yeah. Most of them, they've been involved with glue, sniffing glue, smoking, so it keeps them fit every time when they come and practice. So everything that they've been using, substance that they've been using, it comes out once they get warm and sweat. I've got the rule. The moment you are involved in the crime, then automatically you're out of the soccer team. So far I've been in charge of the team for 6 months now. So all of them, they've not been in jail. They've not been robbing people around town. So I've been telling them, doing crime doesn't pay.
They call us that we are street boys, but when they see us playing soccer, they won't call us the street boys. They'll say that they are not the street boys. They'll say that they are people like us. We are people like them.
It's also the opportunity for the kids to show the society that they're worth something. They are human beings like other kids.
There you go. Now, if you've got a good news story that you think we should know about, log on to our blog and tell us all about it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Good night.